Ooh. I haven't had soda in a while. It's been a couple hours.
I hate when that happens.
Anyway, guys, today we are talking about the Austin Yogurt Shop murders. The reason my wife is in the middle isn't because this is going on OnlyFans afterwards. No, it's because she actually did all the research for today's episode, and she's going to start doing all the research for the episodes. I'm going to start doing some like minor checkbacks to see if she missed anything or anything like that. But this is the first one that she's done all by herself. I didn't even look anything up. I found pictures and that's it. So I decided to let her read the story for today. Okay. On December 6, 1991, in Austin, Texas, 4 teenage girls, Sarah Horbison, 15, Amy Ayers, 13, Jennifer Horbison, 17, and Eliza Thomas, 17, were all murdered. The murder took place at I Can't Believe It's Yogurt. The untimely end of the 4 girls took place after the shop was closed.
So far.
Yeah.
Let's give it a second for the police sirens. Excuse me.
They're like, no, it's sorry.
Oh, hey, I hear Tim's recording a video. Let's go fuck it up. Breaker, they stopped talking. Alright, sirens off.
Shut that shit down.
What in the fuck is this shit? The world hates my YouTube channel. I can't do anything right. Not on YouTube, at least. We have 82 subs. Not yet 100. But we're getting somewhere. This video is no longer terrifying. Warning, actually. Before we get into this section, if you don't like shit that's forced upon other shit, don't watch. Click away from the video, mute the video, I don't care. It gets gruesome. Fuck you, train.
It's coming too.
15 seconds apart. Cops and then train.
2 of the girls had been wrong. Amy was shot twice, the other 3 only once. They were all stripped of their clothes, bound and gagged with the clothing they wore, and set on fire, with 2 of the girls stacked on top of each other. Sarah and Amy went to the shop at 10 to help close the shop, with the shop closing at 11. A little after midnight, an officer patrolling the streets saw smoke coming from the strip mall. He called in the fire department, who showed up and put the fire out, which led to them finding the girls. They found the girls with their legs spread and an ice cream scoop in between them. They also found napkins and other flammable items placed around the girls and doused with lighter fluid. The girls shot execution style, with 2 different guns used.
I noticed you didn't put what they were shot with. And I know I had that in there.
I don't remember removing it.
What was it?
They were shot with a 22 and a 380.
Yeah. I don't remember removing
I was curious
it.
about it, but I didn't.
They also found that a little over $500 was stolen from the cash register. It is thought that the killers had stocked all 4 bodies, one on top of another, but that Amy had pulled herself off and managed to crawl to a different part of the store. Sarah's and Eliza's body were found stacked on top of each other, with Jennifer's body which is theorized to have been stacked on top of the others, but had been disturbed when Amy crawled away. Autopsy results show high levels of BTU output, which suggests an accelerant may have been used. However, unlike the others, Amy's body was found in a separate part of the shop. Her body was not charred, but it had received second and very early third-degree burns on 25 to 30% of her body, which further proves she might have crawled away. Found with a sock-like cloth around her neck, she had been shot the same as the others. However, the bullet had missed her brain, exiting through her lateral cheek and jawline. Many issues surrounded the case from the start. The fact of the fire department putting out the fire, while, yes, the fire department did their job, in the process they potentially washed away crucial evidence. Even with all the issues the police department experienced, they still had plenty of leads. They had over 300 suspects and dozens of false confessions. Considering the nature of the crime scene and the staging of the bodies, the department looked into any serial killers that may be working in the area.
Well,
Was there a serial killer there? Or in the area?
there was, but I think at that time he was already in. I don't know if he had been caught.
Kenneth,
But there was, and he had confessed to the murders.
Kenneth McDuff. I have something written on him.
But he had actually, they had actually decided because they did DNA testing and his did not match, that he was not, one of the, yes.
In 1999, there were 4 arrests made. Maurice Pierce, Robert Springston, Forrest Welborn, and Michael Scott were these 4. 2 of the 4 confessed to the killings, and one of them confessed to raping one of the girls. The detectives were sure they had their killers. The reason Maurice Pierce was never convicted is due to the lack of evidence other than a spotty confession. After unfair trials, both Robert Springsteen and Michael Scott's convictions were overruled. After DNA evidence was requested, the jurors state that if they had that evidence beforehand, they never would have voted for conviction.
Maurice Pierce was actually 16 at the time of the murders, and he was actually found in a mall, or at the mall, carrying around I think a 22, and that is why he was arrested.
Where did you get that gun?
They didn't ever say where he had gotten it or how long he had it for or why he had it. They just said that he was found at the mall carrying the gun.
I think it could have been a father-son thing. Like the father, like being a long-time murderer, maybe even a serial killer, takes his son and is like, son, you're going to be in my business now. This is your world now.
Like Dexter gone wrong.
Kinda. And like the only evidence that I have from that theory, or for that theory, is that the girl, she got shot. She was the youngest, right?
Yeah, the 13-year-old.
The youngest. Would it not make sense to have your son start off with the youngest?
Yeah, and she was actually shot in the back of the head, execution style, like the other 3. But for some reason or other, it didn't kill her,
yeah.
And so they came back and shot her with the 380.
This one could have been the son. It could have been the son. His first attempt failed. So then dad's like, oh, it's okay. Do better.
I'll show you how to do it.
Right. That kind of thing. That's the evidence that I have for that. And the fact that there were only 2 guns used, there are 4 girls, and like, also, think about it like this. Dad goes to steal the money. Son is supposed to watch the kids, turns around and looks at dad. Little girl starts to crawl. That's when he says, son, if you're not going to do this right, if you're not going to watch her, you're going to kill her. So then he tries to kill her, misses, dad finishes it, dad finishes the rest, and then the son maybe gets mad or something and shoots someone else.
It's not the worst.
But that's what it sounds like to me. Like, tie them up if you don't want to kill them. She moved away, so then finally he's like, you know, if you're not going to watch them, you're going to kill them. and pressured the son into killing, or new accomplice, pressured the whoever it was, daughter maybe even. Equality!
Yeah.
Equality in our murderers. Come on, girls, let's get to it. Either way, still unsolved. We didn't solve it this time.
And they did say that there is DNA evidence, and this just came out this year. It says on February 5th, 2022, it was announced that advanced DNA technology was bringing investigators closer than ever to solving the murders.
Fuck yeah.
Which means they know they have to start from fucking scratch.
Yeah.
That's the furthest they've gotten in the case. Oh, it's not these four. Cool, let's start over.
So you brought our cat statue down.
Yes, I did.
We have a new table piece.
We do. New table piece. Haunted.
I need to move this over back on the line. Fucking Willow, you do it.
I need to mull this over back at the laboratory. You should come along too, dear boy.
What the fuck? That sounds so creepy.
The heck?
I'm sorry.
No, that's so
I'm
fucking
sorry.
I come back to that.